Not worried. That quote goes so deep because when it says do not worry, it means do not worry about your finances. Do not worry about your spouse. Do not worry about your children. To hear do not worry about your children, that's a hard one to swallow because that's what we naturally do. We want to protect. We want to show up. We want to cover them. We want to make the best decision that's in their best interest for them. But what happens is that when you worry about them, it hinders your ability to trust that they will be divinely protected. It hinders your ability to cover them in prayer. That worrying, it aligns with the control factor, which means that you are aligning with Satan's plan, because the plan of the enemy is to keep your mind in bondage. See, that's Satan and its agents. See, there's agents that move with the same agenda, the demonic agenda, and that's to keep you in bondage. That's to keep your mind in bondage. And what happens is that these agents, they can only tempt you with things that you care about. They can only, tempt your mind with things that you love or people that you love. And these agents, they will sneak in and they will come in at the root, and they will play mind games and interfere with your work. You may be currently being segregated. In many areas, you can feel discrimination on the workforce. Not only are you feeling discriminated upon, you can feel an instant shift with your support system. The ones that was once supportive of your endeavors, now you feel that their ulterior motives are being exposed. But there's always an ulterior motive when an individual come into your life. The main thing is to pray and believe that, you will have that handful of people. See, if it's a handful of people, which would be 5, that means that you've really struck gold, because those 5 people will have your best interests at the forefront. They wouldn't be around you just to benefit and gain from you. And this message is for the conqueror, for the survivor, that although you may be a victim of many different acts of, whether it's brutality, it can be misconduct, it can be abandonment, it can be discrimination, it can be slander, it can be lies, it can be impeachment. You're a survivor. And I want to continue to encourage you to know that you are a survivor, and that even though you realize that it's not that you are stumbling upon these roadblocks, they're placed there. These roadblocks are placed there. And I used to believe that it was for character development, and that these things that we go through in life, they are placed there to develop our character. But that's part of it. It does develop your character, but it's not a movie. And I feel that far too often people have become accustomed to saying that their life is a movie and that they don't hold the pen. So if your life is currently a movie, who is the author of that movie? Who's the illustrator? Who's writing this screenplay that you're broadcasting in front of, the visions that's behind your eyes? Who's writing the story that you are currently living? You really hold the pen to craft and illustrate your life and how you want it. that's when the attacks from the agents and Satan, they may increase, they may get stronger, because it falls into the area of control. They want to control you. They want to control your mind. This is why the devil tempts you. But every day that you wake up and you're ambitious and you're thriving and you're vibrant and you're full of life, you shame the devil. Okay? You shame those agents, those demonic forces. What happens is now their pride is wounded, because it's a spirit, but it's also mankind. And when you continue to remain determined to conquer and to get through whatever obstacles are being put in front of you, the main prayer is for these agents to focus on their own life and to put the pen down. Realizing for me that support is important, that was a hard one, because I've always been extremely independent. Yet I've had a few instances of false wins where I felt that an individual was there to support me, to support me along my journey. And whether that was as a friend, a spouse, I won't quite say a role model, because I can't really pinpoint any role models that I've had in my life, especially in my adult life or even in my childhood, that inspired me to navigate forth, that I could achieve anything in life. It really was the opposite. It was me inspiring those that I felt would be able to navigate through life. And the main thing for me is I knew that my ambition would endure, that my determination to continue to strengthen my mind despite the battlefield that it was placed under, beginning at a very early age. Your faith, and because faith is discipline, whether it's strong or whether you've put it down for a while. And the Christians call that backsliding. But what I call it is habits, because habits, we know, form systems, and the faith is your discipline. So the habits, you build habits to discipline yourself, and through discipline, you build these systems. So now how you feed your soul, that's your faith, that's your discipline. And the inspiration and the encouragement that you pour into your soul, that's what replenishes your spirit, that ultimately gives you that drive and that force to continue to navigate through any storm. See, these storms, they aren't intended to break you, but they are intended to entangle your mind, because that's the plan of Satan. See, it's up to you to ensure that it doesn't hinder your mind, regardless of the attack. See, it's about your belief, because when you believe, that means it's the one step above believing is knowing. So if you believe that you will endure, you will know that you are divinely protected, that when you know without a doubt that your prayers will come to pass, that's a given. They're gonna come to pass. You just don't always know when those prayers is gonna come to pass. The attacks from the devil, Satan, and his agents, they've been there since birth. They have been waging war against you and against your mind since incarnation, because the devil knew when they laid eyes upon you, and I say they because the devil is the agents, it's many of them. They knew when they laid eyes upon you, you had a light that was in you that was rare. You know, these battles, they were placed in front of you to destroy you. But for some reason, you continuously rose after every storm. Now, whether you was wounded, you was broke down, you was financially, mentally exhausted, your bank account was on zero. If in knowing that to survive in life, you're gonna need financial support, you're gonna need a solid stream of income, the devil and his agents will attack your resources. They will attack your ability to provide for yourself. They will attack your finances because they know that security and providing for yourself is important to you. So that will become the attack from the enemy. See, when your significant other is your focus or being in a relationship, the devil will attack you in that area of a significant other. When they know that your children is your focus and that you want to create financial freedom to be able to provide for those children, that all those steps that you take towards creating financial freedom, they will be under attack. Your children will be under attack. The stability for your children will be under attack. The devil and his agents will devise a plan to separate you from your children. Because what happens is that these agents, they want to continue along a cycle of broken families. They want to continue upon a cycle of abuse. They want to continue upon a cycle of poverty. They want to continue upon a cycle of hopelessness, of helplessness, of lack of support. And what they will do is they will place agents in your life to distract you. And that distraction can be anything ranging from sex to drugs to anything to distract your mind from navigating forward and conquering and enduring and establishing a solid foundation for you and your family. These attacks will come from the devil and his agents. See, I want you to know that the devil has to release its hold that's upon you and your children. They have to release that hold off of your mind, okay? Because when you refuse to submit to the pressure and buckle in fear from the demonic forces that's attacking you, these demonic agents, they have no choice but to flee away from you. Because if they don't have a host that is open and eager to feast on their food, see, these demonic entities, they will latch on to you. They will latch on to any portion of your body part. They want to attack your health. But most importantly, they are leeching off of your energy. This is why this demonic entities is connected to you. They want your life force. They need to feed off of your chi. But see, God gives chi and constantly replenishes that chi. And even though these demonic forces are draining and depleting your chi, God will continue to restore that chi.